Hi, everyone. Happy New Year. It's Dr. Arlene Diamco, the MultiDimensional MD. My mission is to help bring the intuitive aspects of health back to medicine in practical and tangible ways so that you can access deeper healing and feel more peace, love, and joy in your everyday lives. Today, I wanted to talk about manifesting health in 2023. And this is a year of 7. So it's 2 plus 2 plus 3 is 7. And as my friend Maddie Fowler, who's a spiritual consultant and wrote some books, says, the number 7 is a powerful, miraculous, magical, and mysterious number that will open many doors in different directions. So get ready to create some momentum in 2023. And in honor of that 7, I'm going to go through 7 points to help you manifest health in 2023. So the first one is to realize that everyone is manifesting, just not always consciously. So it doesn't mean that it's necessarily that it's your fault per se, everything that's happened to you. But it does mean that you can wake up and start creating the life that you would like to see rather than letting life happen to you. So if you've ever had one of those days where you feel bad for yourself, you feel sorry for yourself, sometimes it can start to feel like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And that's just like, you wake up on the wrong side of the bed and it's like no conversation is right. The kids are crazy. Everyone is like butting heads and nothing seems to go your way. And then you can start to feel even more bad. It becomes like this vicious cycle of, oh, you start thinking things of maybe I'm not a great parent, or maybe I'm not good at what I do. And then when you think of those things, then of course your mind is like a Google search engine. So it's going to start figuring out ways that support that. So the first step is to become conscious of what you're thinking. And it's not that you can't ever feel bad. I allow myself to feel sad, to feel bad. I allow myself to have grace. I talked about this in the last podcast, to be able to feel what I need to feel, but then to be able to step into my life more consciously and decide and choose the direction I'd like it to go in. So we're going to go through more steps to be able to figure that out. So number 2, your symptoms are your body's way of communicating with you. This is really important to remember. So you can take any example, and if you put anything in the comments, then I can help you in general just know, well, what could that possibly mean in somebody's life? For example, if you have a craving like sugar, easy to have over the holidays, then consider why. Why do you love sugar? Is it the need to sweeten your life? Or, do you just need to take a break and just have more fun in your life? Or maybe you feel the weight on your shoulders. So you have this neck tension, shoulder tension, so easy to have, especially if you're working at a desk, looking at the computer a lot. So maybe could you lighten your load somehow? Or could you add some relaxation and movement in your life? So just think about, are you doing anything that creates movement in your life? Yoga, Tai Chi, just even going for a walk or taking breaks to do some shoulder rolls. Or do you have digestive issues? Do you feel constipated? How are you digesting life? If you're constipated, maybe simply, yes, you might need some more water. Or on a deeper level, what are you holding on to that no longer serves you? So start to think metaphorically of your symptoms, describe your symptoms, and then think of how that can apply metaphorically in your life. And this will help you manifest more health. So this is being more conscious of how you feel, what it means, how you can shift, how you can step into it. You basically own it so that you can change the narrative. Number 3, you have no bad parts. You have no bad parts. You have no bad parts. You are inherently good. I say this over and over again because many people have this ongoing, looping thought that they are not good enough, that something about them is bad, or they're bad at things, or they did a bad job at something. So, if you think about internal family systems, this is an integrative approach to psychotherapy. It was developed by Richard Schwartz. And so he describes the mind. So it's similar to like describing the symptoms of the body, that your body is communicating to you through its symptoms. Well, the same thing with your mind. The various parts of your mind play roles. So in internal family systems, you might describe this as a protector. So you can imagine like parts of your mind that are protecting you, or parts of your mind that are managing your day-to-day life, the managers, or parts of your mind that are tucking things away, hiding things that are overwhelming to you. So it doesn't excuse any bad behavior. Yes, you can have bad behavior, but you are not bad, and the parts of your mind are not bad. Once you start to understand the parts of yourself, then you can access more healing. So I took this off the wall here. Beautiful art by Arthur Seth. I love Arthur Seth. And I'm just going to read that to you. It says, "Wounded but far from broken, she reached down and cracked apart those old stones of despair. There was light inside, and it spilled out, and a door creaked open. There was a new world waiting." A door creaked open. That is the year of 7, that doors are opening. So those parts that maybe you labeled as bad or dark before, you can embrace them in, you can learn to understand them, you can cradle them like a baby or a scared animal, love them back in so that you can discover the light inside them. They are hidden gems that just need to be cracked open so that light inside you can spill out and emanate forth into the world. So doesn't that sound so great? And to know that all parts of you have that light, even the ones that seem dark. So step 4, these don't have to be in any particular order, by the way. Step into the ease. How is the universe guiding you? It could be anything. It could be major things. It could be little things. So, for example, if you lose your job, get laid off, get fired, whatever the circumstance, the universe is preparing you for something even better. It is guiding you, sometimes gently, sometimes in a big way, in another direction. But it will also require growth along the way, because when things like that happen, it's really easy to get down on yourself. That's not the ease I'm talking about, but it's if you step into the lightness of it and see how can you grow with it, how could you feel okay with something like that that feels really bad? It is loving yourself enough so that no matter what happens to you, that you love yourself anyway. You can love yourself through anything. It's sometimes difficult to feel that when you're not in that self-love, but this is where the growth is required. And so it is trusting that gentle guidance, or sometimes big guidance of the universe, pointing you towards another direction. And a lot of times I find that when people do lose their jobs, there was something that they weren't satisfied with anyway. There was something they didn't really like about it. And so the universe is helping you. It's listening to you. That's what I'm talking about, that everyone is a great manifester. So if you don't like your job, then the universe will listen to you and say, great, we will get you a new one. But it may not happen in the way that you think it might. So if you start to become more conscious of it, then you can align yourself with that direction of the universe. And that's where the ease is. You align yourself with your life's path that the universe is directing you always on. So next step, small steps done consistently create miraculous results. So that there's this old Chinese proverb by Lao Tzu. It says, Well, how does a journey of 1,000 miles start? With a single step. A journey of 1,000 miles starts always with a single step. I studied some philosophy when I was in undergrad at Harvard, so I love all of these old sayings and stories, and it is so true. So any miracle is something that we don't quite understand. So when you allow yourself to trust in the universe, you allow yourself to open up into more miracles, and you do so by taking a single step. So you're not a passive observer here. You are an active participant in your life, and you get to own your life, and you get to manifest more consciously, which is health. The health is in the flow. Things are constantly changing, so we always need to be taking steps. And even though you might think, oh, but this is how I did it before. Well, it is a new year, and change is good for the soul. You don't have to change everything, but if you are not changing, then things are stagnant. Stagnation is not healthy. Growth, evolution, evolving, creating, that is healthy. Stepping into the flow of living is healthy. So next, make a fist of what you're holding on to, and then open that up to the stillness, to the universe, to the oneness. This is what I do over and over again every single day. So it's whatever you notice. And it doesn't even matter if you label the thing that you notice as a good thing or a bad thing. Those are ego mind. Ego mind is meant to compare. It likes to label things good, bad, good, bad. So you take a fist of whatever you notice, because you can hold on to good things and it feels desperate in a way, like you don't want to let that good thing go. And you can contain, quote, bad things. You don't want to look at it. You don't want to see it. Well, anything that you notice, you open it up, give it up to the oneness, to that stillness. And again, this is how you enter quantum healing and open yourself up to miracles. It doesn't mean that you're not taking steps. It means that you're staying conscious and aligned with the divine the whole time. And if you ask me, what is happening in the osteopathic treatments, the cranial osteopathic treatments during the appointments, well, this is part of it, that whatever I notice, I give it up to the stillness, to the oneness, because there is more than I can imagine. There is more than my ego mind can understand. And if I do that over and over again, then miracles can happen and more of them can happen. And I open that door to them. I don't necessarily know how it will unfold. And that's okay too, because when you're okay with how the miracle wants to unfold, then it's like you invite it in. And that's how things can move along more efficiently in terms of like healing, in terms of manifesting health, in terms of living and allowing and being that health. So number 7, be clear on your desires. So we come full circle to manifesting consciously. To do so, you must be clear with your desires. But sometimes you might feel, I don't know, things are so fuzzy or foggy. I don't have clarity. I don't even know what I want. Well, you do know some things most people would like: joy and peace and happiness and love in their lives. So those are great things to be clear on. And every morning, I know I say this often, but every morning, my intention is to align my will with that of the divine. So then, even if I don't know what the day will bring, we never really know, right? There's always that unknown. I know that my will is aligned with the universe, with the stillness, with the oneness, with the divine, with however you want to call it. And that I'm really clear with. So I trust the will of the stillness more than that of my ego mind. So then my ego mind can keep going of doubting, of like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I'm good enough at that. I'm afraid. What if I don't have enough time to get everything done? Whatever the ego mind is saying. So, but see, I'm not putting my trust in that. I'm taking my trust and putting it into the stillness, into the divine. And that's where I'm choosing to align my will. And then it's okay that your ego mind is doing things like that. It tends to bother you less. And the more practice you get with it, then the more you can like sink yourself into that quantum hammock of the stillness of the universe, of divine. It's like a relaxing into a constant free fall. Like if you were just to lay in bed and let yourself free fall into the bed, I mean, you're already laying there, so there's nothing to be afraid of. That's how relaxed it can feel. And you can step into that ease, into that flow, into that conscious manifestation for more health in 2023. So thank you so much for being here with me. I love all of you. I hope to see you and connect with you somehow, whether my next YouTube, 11 a.m. Eastern time on Wednesdays, or on Instagram at All Worlds Health, Facebook, All Worlds Health and Pediatrics, or my website. I send out an e-love letter once a week on Wednesdays, and you can sign up at allworlds with an S, health.com. Oh, and last announcement. This is a really great week, a really big week for me too, because this weekend I'll be offering my first course for physicians. It is for cranial osteopaths, but if you have physicians that would be interested in manifesting more consciously, into exploring consciousness in medicine, into learning how to feel emotion in the body and learning how to know what to do with it, then have them look at it, have them sign up for introductory course in cranial osteopathy, have them get in touch with me. I would be happy to talk to anyone. So this weekend is the first course in the series called the Dig On series, Exploring Consciousness Through Osteopathy. And this weekend we'll be going over sensing and releasing emotional shock. Part 1, we'll have part 2 coming later in the year. And if you don't, this course is full this weekend, but if you're interested in it, we'll be doing it again later in the year, probably on the West Coast. So that's sensing and releasing emotional shock. And wouldn't it be great if more physicians could do this, could access this, and they can. And this is what I would love to help bring to medicine. And I know they can do it. They just haven't seen the opportunity for it. They didn't realize that it existed, or that you could approach medicine in this way. So help me spread the word. Tell anyone that you think would be interested. I would love to see them. It's the digonseries.com for those courses. So lots of love to all of you. I believe in you, so I hope you believe in you too. And have a beautiful rest of your week. Happy New Year 2023. And I hope to see you next week on another episode of the MultiDimensional MD. It's Dr. Arlene Diamco. And take care.